Right now, Johnny Davis joining the ranks of Badgers, going in the top 10 in the NBA draft. Who took him overnight?
Also, Decision 2022. State Democrats are getting ready for this weekend's convention. How close the key races are.
And a mild start to our Friday morning. It's going to be opening up for a hot day. We'll give you a look at the latest conditions coming up.
Good Friday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. A 19-year-old DeForest man arrested earlier this year on attempted kidnapping and stalking charges is back in jail.
This is following new developments in the investigation of Gabriel Savage. According to DeForest police, Savage is now booked on several new tentative charges, including 4 counts of attempted homicide and attempted first-degree sexual assault of a child. Court records show Savage posted a $10,000 bond. DeForest Police Chief James Olson says after he was released, investigators were alerted to new information related to the initial case, which supported these new possible charges.
The information is significant, and it will take a little bit of time to digest, and I do not know when the charging decision will ultimately be made. But rest assured, we do not believe there is any additional public safety threat from this investigation.
DeForest police did not provide details on what new information was discovered in this case, but they did say in a statement that that information will be released when it's legal to do so.
New this morning in Beloit, one person is in the hospital in a road rage shooting. Police say that it happened yesterday afternoon on South Park Avenue around 3 o'clock. Investigators have identified the suspects, but this morning they're still at large. The victim was rushed to the hospital, but we're not sure just how bad they were hurt.
We have an update in the Slenderman case this morning. 20-year-old Morgan Geyser is asking a Waukesha County judge to order her release, as he did for her co-defendant, Anissa Wire. During a hearing yesterday, the judge appointed 3 doctors to evaluate Geyser's mental state and submit their reports by the end of August. The 2 Wisconsin women were sent to a mental health facility when they were kids after a 2014 stabbing attack on a 6th grade classmate.
Convicted killer Stephen Avery has changed prisons. Avery is serving a life sentence for killing Teresa Hallbach in 2005. The case was profiled in the Netflix series Making a Murderer. Avery was transferred to a prison in Dodge County this week. Avery, who had been serving his life sentence at the maximum security Waupun Correctional Institution, was transferred to the medium security Fox Lake Correctional Institution on Tuesday.
New this morning, a 20-year-old Madison man is in jail after a burglary in Dodgeville that left a dog dead. The burglary took place Wednesday on Spring Street in Dodgeville. When police got there, they found multiple items were gone. They also found the dead dog. Surveillance video helped police identify the suspect. He's now facing multiple tentative charges, including mistreatment of an animal. Police say the incident was targeted.
To the January 6th hearings now. Yesterday, former President Trump's own appointees at the DOJ refused to legitimize his false claims and told him there was no fraud. Because of this, Trump tried to replace the acting attorney general with a supporter of his cause, Jeffrey Clark. Clark wanted the DOJ to push for special legislative sessions in several states to overturn the results. In an Oval Office meeting on January 3rd, top officials threatened to resign if Clark was promoted.
No one is going to read this letter. All anyone is going to think is that you went through 2 attorneys general in 2 weeks until you found the environmental guy to sign this thing.
Clark invoked the 5th Amendment more than 100 times during his deposition to the committee. Federal investigators also raided Clark's home in Northern Virginia Wednesday. It's unclear exactly what for.
In local politics this morning, Michael Gableman says he routinely deleted records and deactivated a personal email account even after receiving open records requests into his investigation into the 2020 election. Gableman made the comments Thursday while testifying in a Dane County court hearing. Yesterday's hearing was about whether Representative Robin Vos should also be held in contempt. The judge ultimately decided against that, but said she would determine later whether to penalize Speaker Vos for how he too handled those open record requests. Meanwhile, it's a big weekend in Wisconsin politics for Democrats. The governor and the candidates in a very close U.S. Senate primary will be in La Crosse for their party convention.
But what should you focus on coming out of La Crosse? Political reporter Will Keneally has some answers.
These are the most politically active and politically engaged members of a political party. That's who UW-La Crosse political scientist Anthony Chergosky says will attend the Democratic Party convention in La Crosse this weekend.
They shape the perceptions that the party activists and the base of the party have of the candidates, and they have outsized influence in American politics.
And among the candidates vying for their attention are Democrats running in the primary, hoping to oust Senator Ron Johnson.
More people view him unfavorably than view him favorably. That's going to hurt him. On the other hand, it is going to be most likely a very favorable election year for Republicans. All of that adds up to a very close United States Senate race here in Wisconsin.
In the latest Marquette Law School poll that came out this week, Mandela Barnes and Alex Lasry are statistically tied and both leading the field. The same poll shows Johnson losing to most Democrats in the primary field. But Chergosky says it's still an open primary, and because Democrats don't endorse in the primary, there will not be a clear winner emerging this weekend. And for Governor Evers, this weekend will be an opportunity to set a tone for his campaign, as it is expected to be a good year for Republicans.
And how does this indicate his potential strategy going into November 2022? It's going to be something I watch very closely.
And for Democrats, he says picking La Crosse as the location was by design.
I think holding the convention in La Crosse is symbolically meaningful for Democrats because they really do need to have a base of voters outside of Milwaukee and Madison.
That was Will Keneally reporting. We'll have continuing coverage of the Democratic Convention in Wisconsin this weekend on air and online.
6:06 now. Let's switch gears. Turn it over to Julian Seawright and a beautiful start to our Friday.
Ain't that right? We're looking at a beautiful sunrise here in Madison, and we're also one of the warmer spots here as we're kicking things off for us. 71 degrees as of right now as we're getting our morning rolling for us. But you can take note, areas just outside of us are into the 60s. It's still a relatively mild start to our Friday morning, but as we see over the last 24 hours, areas from Madison and north have really seen the most significant increase in temperatures over the last 24 hours. So it is a warm start for us. And as we get into today, well, it's going to be pretty hot as well. We're going to be closer to the upper 80s, near 90 degrees by the time we get into our evening hours. But we are looking at plenty of sunshine and not a whole lot of humidity, but will be felt throughout the course of today. Now, we are dry throughout southern Wisconsin. A couple showers are starting to phase out into the far northwest corridor. But what we're watching for is some showers or storms going into our early Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. Just near the Illinois state line, we do have a marginal risk for seeing severe weather for tomorrow. It's relatively low, and our confidence is low for us to see storms that will be severe for tomorrow. But any storms that we will see will start to fire off going into our early Saturday morning. So between the hours of 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning, we could be seeing areas just outside of Crawford and Grant County looking at a sweeping line of some storms starting to push their way through, and then those storms will start to reach Dane County area by the time we get into around 9 o'clock, closer into the 10 o'clock hour. But that will phase out by the time we get to our noon hour as well. And we're looking for a bit of opening in our skies. Temperatures will rise into those low 80s by the time we get into our late evening hours. But then we're going to start to see those temperatures start to cool back down as we go into our Saturday nights. Could see a couple stray isolated showers or even one more little thunderstorm early evening. But our Saturday nights is going to be shaping up very nicely. So if you're going to be going to any of the vast majority of events for tomorrow night, we're looking at pretty good conditions as we get things rolling for us. Sunday morning is going to be on the cooler starts as we go in throughout. And then as we go into a Sunday afternoon, temperatures will be into those lower 70s as well. So not too bad as we get in throughout the back end of our weekend. But until we get there, well, it's going to be about the soakier side, especially just southwest of Dane County as we get things into our Saturday evening for us. That's where we're looking for the higher intensity of rainfall and those storms to really fall into place. But for us here in Dane County, you can see it was still about a quarter or even a half an inch of some rain from those storms that roll through. But after Saturday, we are looking at much more drier conditions for us. 76 degrees, partly sunny. It will be a lot cooler. And on top of it, here's our 3 things we're going to need to know. Today is going to be our hot day. Storms will be mainly for late tonight into our early Saturday morning and our early evening hours. But aside from that, it's going to be cooler. It's going to be drier. It's going to be relatively quiet once we're done with Saturday. As we see from our 10-day forecast, temperatures will gradually increase going into next week. Back to more summer-like feels for us, but just have a couple of shots of seeing either a shower or even a thunderstorm, but nothing very concrete or widespread throughout much of next week. So once we get through tomorrow, guys, it's going to be pretty smooth sailing as we get into the back end of our work weekend and to start off our work week.
Yeah, certainly a decent weekend ahead. Julian, thank you.
Yeah.
6:09 now. A longtime dream is now a reality for Johnny Davis, the Big Ten Player of the Year, rounding out the top 10 of this year's NBA draft. He was selected 10th overall by the Washington Wizards. He's the first Badger in 7 years to go in the first round. The last two, Frank Kaminsky and Sam Decker. He's just the 10th player from Wisconsin to go in the first round, by the way. Davis coming off his sophomore campaign that really catapulted him onto the national stage. He averaged almost 20 points and 8 boards a game, helping him earn a spot as a first-team All-American. Very exciting.
The Bucks picking up a new draft pick last night, too. A couple of them. The Bucks select Marjan Beauchamp from the G League. A very moving moment at the Barclays Center last night as Beauchamp hears his name called. Looking at his resume, in 12 games in the G League, he shot over 57% from the field, averaging over 15 points and 7 rebounds a game. The Bucks later traded into the second round to draft Hugo Besson from France.
6:10 now, still ahead. You might have caught all the old cars driving through our area yesterday. We'll tell you what they were here for.
Plus, it's the weekend of the 608. I'm Josh Brighter with what's happening around Wisconsin when we come back.
It's a short drive to big adventure at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium in the Port of Dubuque. General admission gets you access to
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
These guys will buy our house without even seeing it.
Online buyers make offers that seem attractive at first, only to lower or cancel at the last minute. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
Most senators couldn't tell you the cost of a gallon of milk. Thanks, Ruben. Or how much beef has gone up this year. But I'm not like most senators or any of the other millionaires running for Senate. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I know how hard you work. And I know that by bringing manufacturing home, we create jobs and we lower costs. If we want to change Washington, we got to change the people we send there. I'm Mandela Barnes and I approve this message.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built Ford Escape with an available head-up display and pre-collision assist. And Ford Edge with available enhanced active park assist and intelligent all-wheel drive. Both are IIHS top safety picks. That's value built for America. Ford SUVs. Drive one today. Choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% financing for 66 months only at your local Ford dealer.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Get inspired. Tour 30 custom homes and see the newest trends. The Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, is open daily, June 17th through 26th. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for tickets and more information.
Tired of millionaires in the Senate like Ron Johnson who only look out for the rich and powerful? Mandela Barnes will be a voice for hard-working middle-class families. As the son of a teacher and a third-shift factory worker, he gets it. He'll make the big corporations and the rich pay their fair share and lower middle-class taxes to make things more affordable for us. Mandela Barnes knows it's about the middle class, not the millionaires. Courageous Leaders PAC Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe these guys will buy our house.
What could go wrong?
Like rookie home buyers who can lower or cancel offers without notice. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
It's time to climb, build, discover, and play at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium's newest exhibit. Live, work, and play in harmony with nature at Forever Forest. Now open. For tickets, visit rivermuseum.com.
You are watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. It's the weekend in the 608. We have a lot going on across all our communities.
Josh Brighter is here to break down some of the most notable events. A lot of opportunities to help out good causes and have a good time this weekend.
You know, there was so much happening, we couldn't just do one story today. We had to break it up into a bunch of them. So let's get right to it this morning. First up, you'll remember our visit to Edgerton's Healing Garden earlier this week. Their beautiful healing garden, of course, a calming retreat for their patients, visitors, community members, and employees. It's located right behind the Edgerton Hospital and Health Services building. Well, tonight they're hosting Sensation. It's a garden party fundraiser in support of the hospital's ear, nose, and throat clinic. It goes from 6 to 8 o'clock. Tickets are still available this morning, ranging from $30 to $50. Also happening right now, Oregon Summerfest. Not to be confused with Milwaukee Summerfest, of course. Last night they had their big fireworks show. Today they're open after 5, including the beer tent and cherry pie on a Friday night. Sounds pretty good to me. Tomorrow is the craft fair in the morning with the other events happening throughout the day. And then on Sunday, of course, the big parade and car show. Happening tomorrow in Southwest Wisco, a benefit golf outing in honor of Levi Linscheid, the brother of our Leah, of course. The 3rd annual Levi Linscheid Memorial Golf Outing is set to happen in a couple of different ways here. Earlier in the day, a golf tournament is happening at Cole Acres in Cuba City. Then the after party at Leah's favorite, the Back Bar Annex in Platteville, including food, drinks, and a silent auction. So this is cool. All of the money raised this year goes to Levi's Memorial Scholarship for students at Highland High School going into health-related fields, just like he did, and also the Soar to New Heights Biology Mentorship Fund at UW-Platteville, where Levi attended. So if you'd like to learn more about any of these events, you can go to our In the 608 tab on channel3000.com or click on the community calendar with our friends over at Madison Magazine. So lots going on. I know you guys are really excited, and the numbers are looking good so far.
Yeah, so the golf tournament, I think, is completely full this morning. We're still hoping folks turn out at the Back Bar in Platteville to check out the silent auction. Come say hello to me and my family. We always appreciate that.
It's such a party, too. I mean, you guys always have a good time, the Linscheids. But I'm so bummed I can't be there. Of course, heading down to Chicago this weekend for Pride, but it sounds like it's going to be a good time.
I did get you a t-shirt since you mentioned it, and I, of course, forgot it today. So
we'll have to get it.
You'll have to get it next week. But yeah, we're going to have a great time all in honor of Levi. So again, thanks so much for featuring it. Thanks for all of the folks who signed up after you're in the 608 segment. We so appreciate it.
And I'm excited to see some of those golf moves, too.
Still an opportunity for people to contribute to that silent auction and to check it out, even if you can't make it tomorrow, right?
Yes, and we're always taking donations. You know, it's a small little fundraiser that we have going on. So if you would like to make a donation, just write a check to Highland State Bank.
It's always
cool.
If
you still have a checkbook.
Yeah. What are those? It's always cool to see. I mean, we always talk about small town Wisconsin, but just like that whole community. I mean, every time I go down there, too, it's just like, oh, my gosh. Like, they just love that, you know. And obviously a great cause, too.
They're a big fan of Josh Brighter, too. You're a little famous down there.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, thanks for featuring it. We really do appreciate it.
You bet.
If you have an idea for Josh to feature in the 608, let him know. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
Okay, 6:17 now. Julian Seawright keeping an eye on the forecast for your weekend plans. Hi, Julian.
That's right, because we have plenty of weekend plans, and one of them will be our farmers market here in Dane County. And on top of it, well, this is what it's going to be shaping up to be. We're going to be tracking those showers and storms, but they're going to be relatively early throughout the event, and then we're going to see plenty of humidity as well. As we get into the later part, the back end of the events, we'll start to see a bit of that break in those showers and storms for us, and a little bit of sun will start to leak its way through as well. But once again, here's how we're timing things out for us. Early into our Saturday morning, between 7 and 8 o'clock, we're going to be seeing that line of storms starting to cluster up and spread throughout much of southern Wisconsin, but start to break up a bit until we get closer towards the noon hour. Then we are looking at another cluster of some showers of storms just about north of Madison and north of Dane County into areas outside of the Dells. We're going to be starting to see that start to roll its way out. And as we get into our afternoon hours, things are going to start to quiet down quite a bit. Cloud cover is still going to remain just for a hair or two, but then as we get into the rest of our evening, more openings in our sky as we have a couple of lone stranders of some showers or even some storms. But as we get into the nightly hours, folks, it's going to be clear. It's going to still be relatively mild, but it's going to be pretty quiet for us as we're getting in throughout the rest of our Saturday nights and carry into our Sunday morning. Now, again, we are looking for our heaviest rainfall totals to be into the southwest corridor of southern Wisconsin. This will be between Prairie du Chien, Platteville, Mineral Points, Lone Rock, and Boscobel, to be seeing close to an inch of some rainfall from those storms. And for us here in Madison, could see about a quarter, maybe even half an inch of rainfall for us. But the good news is it is going to be cooler once we get into our Sunday and heading into Monday as well. As we see our next 10 days, well, folks, this is going to be a really slow trend of those temperatures to climb back up into those 80s. But until then, definitely enjoy the 70s while we have them going into our Sunday and for our Monday, guys.
Julian, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Last week, we told you about an antique automobile race making its way from Rhode Island. Well, that group making a stop in Sun Prairie yesterday. It's part of the Great Race, the world's premier old car rally. Sun Prairie was chosen as a lunch stop. Not a bad place to grab some food. The race features teams and cars from around the world. Maybe you saw some of them yesterday. The event started in Warwick, Rhode Island on Saturday. It's going to finish in Fargo, North Dakota this Sunday.
The baby boom continues at the Milwaukee County Zoo. Take a look at this adorable little creature here. It's a red panda born there on June 12th. According to the zoo, the female cub is part of the red panda species survival plan. It helps maintain genetic diversity within red panda populations in certain accredited zoos. The cub, who is not yet named, was born in an off-exhibit area in a secluded and quiet nest box. And keepers can closely monitor her with the special cameras that you're seeing right now.
Red pandas got to be top 10 cutest animals out there.
Pretty adorable, especially after that the new movie that just came out.
Yeah.
Turning Red.
You were just talking about that.
Very popular, yeah. Pink.
Henry Vilas has a couple of red pandas, too.
They don't get much cuter.
No, they don't. 6:20 now. Coming up, a new world record to try your hand at, maybe while you're around the campfire this summer.
And lock your cars in our next half hour. More on the vehicles being targeted in the latest wave of thefts.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
The guaranteed best mattress deals in Wisconsin are happening now at Ashley Stars and Stripes sale. Save $1,000 on luxury brands, plus bonus offers only available in store. Get 5 years special financing and 5-day delivery on all in-stock mattresses. Don't miss it. Only at Ashley.
I'm Tim Michaels. My company was building the Keystone Pipeline, but then Joe Biden canceled it. Afraid to offend liberals. Biden killed hundreds of jobs, sent gas prices way up, making everything more expensive. Only a career politician could make such a mess of things. I'm Tim Michaels. Liberals like Biden and Tony Evers are destroying our economy, and the hardworking people of Wisconsin, they're paying the price. As governor, I'll fight to make sure you keep more of your money, and I don't care who I offend to do it.
Enhance your home's curb appeal with new wood stain and finishes right now from MENARDS. Protect your outdoor wood projects with Cabot stains and finishes. These long-lasting finishes will enhance the look and offer protection against the elements. Cabot premium wood care products deliver unbelievable quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Hurry in and get 11% off Cabot exterior stains and finishes. Get 11% off everything right now at MENARDS.
Save big money at MENARDS.
Oh, hey, it's me, Adrian. People choose Sono Bello because they can permanently remove your stubborn body fat in just one visit. After having 2 kids, my body changed a lot, and I struggled with my stubborn body fat. For me, as a busy mom of 2, when I discovered that Sono Bello had a mommy makeover package catered just for moms like me who don't have time to recover and need to get back in action, that's when I knew I needed to go to Sono Bello. Sono Bello removed my diet-resistant fat cells permanently in just one visit. There was minimal downtime, local anesthesia, so I was actually awake during the whole procedure. I deserved my mommy makeover, and you do too.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-952-0466 or go to sonobello.com.
When pain says it's time to go home, I say, not yet. Aleve, who do you take it for?
It's a short drive to big adventure at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium in the Port of Dubuque. General admission gets you access to all exhibits for 2 consecutive days. Plan your adventure at rivermuseum.com.
The Stars and Stripes sale is happening now at Ashley. Don't miss our biggest savings this summer. Shop early for doorbuster discounts up to 52% off while supplies last. Plus a holiday bonus of 5% off at checkout. And 5 years special financing, and a $1,000 purchase is just $21 a month. Only at Ashley.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Kevin Charles Groomberg bringing us yet another stunner with the rainbow in the background, if you didn't notice.
Love that.
These are geraniums.
I'm terrible with flowers, so I like it whenever they can include it or you can include it.
I'm not good either.
I was about to say, are you good at identifying flowers?
I wish I was. I have a huge interest in horticulture. We've talked about it all week. Josh had a couple of stories on just gorgeous gardens, but I don't know the first thing about it.
So is this it? Is this the last My Morning of No Cow Week?
We're going to bring back the cows on Monday.
Are cows fair game after today now?
Is it my birthday next week or what? Cows are fair game. We will try not to use them every single day, and I'll stop putting out the call every day for them.
See, if we do them every day, it gets watered down. It lessens the impact.
Not for me.
So if we space it out every once in a while, the cow pictures will still be special.
There's a lesson to be learned here.
Moderation.
Exactly.
Thanks, Kevin.
It's 6:24 now. Trending this morning, a career record breaker adding most marshmallows caught in his mouth to his latest list.
Yeah, so we have featured this guy before, David Rush. His latest record is catching marshmallows in his mouth. He did 59 in 1 minute. You see they're fired out of a little homemade catapult there, made of a popsicle stick and a mousetrap.
Oh my goodness.
So other records he's broken, he's got 129 of them.
That's absurd.
He's juggling knives there, and I don't know what the heck he's doing. Guy's got a ton of time on his hands. He's caught a lot of things from grapes while juggling to raw eggs.
So he's an expert at, in particular, catching things in his mouth. He was on James Corden and didn't do a great job. Watch this.
I think this is James's fault.
Yeah, it's bad toss.
Well, I mean, if you're the world record holder, you got to be prepared for a couple bad tosses. There we go. And I'm a little disappointed he didn't eat each of them. I feel like that's grounds for disqualification. I'm not wasting all those marshmallows.
I'm about to say, I agree with you on that one, because it's just weird. They're just dropping it out of the... It's not even a real catch, but okay, whatever.
Imagine all the lost s'mores.
Oh my gosh, whatever. He's not invited to the campgrounds.
Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
So, the weather this weekend.
Not too bad.
All right.
Yeah, once we get through Saturday, it's going to be cooling down for us, back into the 70s, but after Saturday, we are going to be dealing with some storms, guys.
All right, thanks, Julian. Stick around. We'll be back right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When the family can't get enough of your signature dish, get everything you need with Pick and Save free pickup with no surprise fees. So start your cart today. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
$5,000 a year. That's the burden of Joe Biden's inflation tax on Wisconsin families. They can't afford it. From the grocery store to the gas station, we're all paying the price for Biden's massive deficit spending. Ron Johnson has the courage to say no to spending that is mortgaging our children's future. And his small business tax cuts help them compete and survive the pandemic.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Save on all appliances and grills during the inventory blowout sale at Grand Appliance. Shop unbeatable deals like this GE gas range with convection and air fry for just $847, or this LG kitchen with a 29 cubic foot French door fridge for just $29.97. That's not all. Get up to $750 in additional savings exclusively at Grand. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom today. Grand Appliance, the appliance experts.
Get inspired. Tour 30 custom homes and see the newest trends. The Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, is open daily, June 17th through 26th. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for tickets and more information.
Milk chocolate beyond words. Classic recipe by Lindt.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all. making sure everyone felt welcome. Sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like Butterburgers and fresh frozen custard. Greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care. Believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
Get up and go!
You heard the jingle man, Wisconsin. That means it's time to get a versatile, rugged, athletic SUV that makes you feel like you just won a title. Again. Honda was just crowned KBB.com's best value brand for the 7th year in a row. So get up and go to your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin. Bring it home, Songbird.
Get up and go!
With the Pick and Save app, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, all for prices that are lower than low. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Right now, addressing gun violence. Lawmakers in Washington take it up in a late-night vote.
We're taking action to help you keep your car safe from a rash of car thefts.
And a mild start to our morning with heat on the way. We'll be planning your day coming up.
Good Friday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. On the 15-year anniversary of Kelly Nolan's disappearance, her family is now offering a $25,000 reward for information that could lead to the conviction of her killer.
After an extensive search, her body was found 16 days later in the woods, 10 miles away in the town of Dunn.
I'll just stay awake and just, I don't know, search stuff on the internet that I think will somehow lead to information that maybe I'll put something together. Just think through that night over and over in my head, like, and I'm sure my mom does. I'm sure my other family members too.
Kelly was a UW-Whitewater student, spending the summer in Madison. In 2007, after a night out on State Street, she disappeared. Her death was ruled a homicide by blunt force trauma, but her killer has never been caught. Police are asking anyone who might know something to call the Madison area Crime Stoppers. And again, Kelly's family offering a $25,000 reward for any valuable information. No piece of information or detail is considered too small or too insignificant.
A green alert issued last night, still in effect this morning for a missing Madison veteran. 43-year-old Michael Segich was last seen by family Wednesday, leaving his home on Madison's west side. Segich was he has not returned to his family, and they haven't heard from him since. He drives a silver 2009 Toyota Camry with Wisconsin plates, 382 TJW. Police are worried about his well-being.
The yeas are 65, the nays are 33. The motion to concur with an amendment is agreed to.
Happening late last night, the evenly divided U.S. Senate passing a bipartisan bill to address gun violence in America. It's the first major federal gun safety legislation in nearly 30 years. The bill will go next to the House before it can be sent to President Biden to be signed into law. One of those 65 yes votes was Senator Tammy Baldwin. Senator Ron Johnson, though, voting no. He released this statement last night saying the bill was an example of, quote, Washington dysfunction. He says he did not support how it was negotiated.
New this morning, an arrest in a deadly hit and run in Sauk City. Officers have taken 62-year-old Patrick Knockreiner into custody. The crash killed a bicyclist on Highway B Monday night. The victim has not been identified. Deputies say they got a call from Knockreiner's attorney saying his client believed he hit a deer. A deputy from the Rock County Sheriff's Office and the occupants of a tow truck suffered minor injuries in a car crash yesterday. The Sheriff's Office said the deputy was responding to a report of a person with a gunshot wound at the time of the crash. It happened near Blackhawk Technical College in the town of Turtle. A news release from the Sheriff's Office didn't provide any further details about the cause of the crash or that incident involving a gunshot wound. A dispatcher told us, though, the gunshot wound case is being handled by the town of Beloit Police Department.
In Columbia County, officers say 5 people have been arrested, including 2 minors, for driving stolen vehicles. Portage police spotted the stolen car yesterday afternoon. They tried to stop it, but it led them on a chase down I-39 toward Dane County. They ultimately arrested and charged an 18- and 19-year-old for operating a vehicle without consent. Another 18-year-old arrested but not charged. And there is no information on whether the 2 minors arrested were charged either.
All this week, we've been telling you about a rise in car thefts. While police Wouldn't say what kind of cars were involved in yesterday's arrest. We know more and more Kias and Hyundais are being taken in a nationwide trend. We spoke with the Madison Police Department about what it's doing to help protect anyone who drives those kind of cars. They have a manufacturing defect that allows thieves to take them without the keys. So if you own a Kia or a Hyundai, MPD has some advice.
We want to lock everything up every night, park in places with good lighting. If you have one of these vehicles that can be broken into and driven away without the keys, we would urge you to put it in a locked garage.
The police department says focusing on vehicle thefts was already on its agenda for this summer before the uptick. It's assigned more detectives to look into the cases and added extra patrols to look out specifically for Kia and Hyundai owners.
6:34, we've been watching a beautiful sunrise today, but it's going to be a hot one out there on our Friday.
Absolutely. And a lot of weekend events going on, so everybody's got their eye on the forecast this weekend.
That's right, and it's going to be shaping up to be a wet one to start things off. But for today, at least, it's going to be plenty of sunshine and on the dry side as well. As we take a look, we've had a beautiful sunrise throughout here in Madison all morning long. And it's going to be setting things up to be on the mild side as well. It's 71 degrees already here in Madison. Not too much on the dew points, though. We will start to see those increase just a little bit, but it's not going to be overly humid for today. Now, as you see temperatures throughout the upper Midwest in itself, we're all dealing with some decent heat to kick things off. Pretty mild from Minnesota to Iowa and areas throughout Wisconsin as we're starting off our Friday morning. Now, we've seen a pretty good increase in temperatures over the last 24 hours from Madison and areas just to the north, from the Dells and forward up into the northern areas of Wisconsin for us. As we're planning out the day, again, it's going to be a hot one for us. We're going to see temperatures into those upper 80s by the time we get into our lunchtime hour. And then for the evening, well, we're going to still see close to the 90-degree temperatures for us as we get things rolling for the later parts of today. But we are on the dry side. That's looking to change by the time we get into our Saturday morning. As we see, we do have a marginal risk just near the Illinois state line for seeing severe storms for tomorrow. Not a whole lot of confidence for storms to really bring in those severe category levels for us. But as we're going throughout today, just note, we're looking at plenty of sunshine, not a whole lot of winds, going to be relatively hot. And as we go into our Saturday morning, we are looking for a line of some storms. Really going to start into the western parts of southern Wisconsin. As we get into the rest of our morning, we're going to see it track its way across into Dane County and areas just to the north. And by the time we get into our lunchtime hour for tomorrow, it's starting to phase out. We are looking for a bit of some breaks in our cloud cover. Temperatures will start to increase into those lower and middle 80s, but it's not going to be overly hot for us as temperatures will be pretty sustained throughout the course of our Saturday evening. May see a couple of isolated showers or even some thunderstorms into the early evening hours, but that's all going to be clearing out by the time we get into our Saturday night. So for all of our events that are going to be in the nighttime, from Summerfest or even for any other events that we have around the area, well, it's going to be pretty nice for us throughout our Saturday nights. Going into our Sunday, well, we're looking to be on a cooler start, and it's going to be cooler once we get into our afternoon as well. So we're looking at temperatures to be into the 70s. But again, we're looking to close to an inch for areas into the southwest corridor of Dane County as we get into our Saturday nights once this rain is going to be subsiding for us. So that's one thing to be keeping an eye on, is that areas just southwest of Dane County are going to be looking at the heaviest rain totals by the time the event is over with. But once we get into Sunday and Monday, looking at nice cooler temperatures for us, and the sunshine is going to be sticking around for quite a while. Nice, dry, and quiet conditions for the next few days until we get into about the mid part of the week. Could see some change, not a whole lot of concrete changes for us, but temperatures will definitely be on the rise as we get into our Thursday.
Love to hear it. All right, Julian Seawright, thank you very much. New this morning, officials in Grant County say an Iowa man last seen in Wisconsin waters on the Mississippi River is missing. The sheriff's office says he was last seen near Finley's Landing around 5:30 Wednesday night. 51-year-old Alan Hardig was in shallow water with his beached pontoon when it dislodged, and he tried to follow it. His empty pontoon was recovered, but search efforts yesterday were unsuccessful in finding him.
Today marks 1 year since the deadly collapse of a Florida condominium. 98 people were killed when a portion of the Champlain Towers South crumbled to the ground in the middle of the night. Following the collapse, the Noriega family found precious mementos strewn in the street, including a birthday card and a family photo. Things that had been kept in Hilda Noriega's condo before she died in the collapse.
Those items are now, they're irreplaceable treasures that are invaluable to us. There's no amount of money that can ever replace the lost time.
The investigation into the collapse is in the hands of the National Institute of Standards and Technology and not expected to conclude until 2024. Last month, a judge approved a $1 billion settlement for the victims.
Bird flu cases are dwindling in Wisconsin just in time for county fair season. The most recent avian flu case among domestic birds was back in May, about 2 months ago now. While the Department of Agriculture will continue to keep an eye on the virus, things are looking up. Earlier this week, the state lifted its ban on freely transporting poultry. Organizers of the Lodi Fair say the lifted order is especially exciting for kids participating in poultry exhibitions.
They have very few opportunities where they can show the pride, show the care, show what they have and what they grow up and do. So it's a huge thing for these kids.
Still, leaders from the Department of Ag are urging fair participants to take a number of biosecurity measures to keep the virus at bay. They recommend folks handling poultry disinfect their cages and equipment before and after the fair.
It is 6:39 as we take a look outside this morning. Coming up, we'll help you plan your weekend. Julian is tracking the chance of some showers and storms tomorrow.
Summerfest kicking off this weekend. We're spotlighting all the specials, promotions, and ways you can get in for free all morning long here on News 3 Now this morning.
Plus, it's the weekend in the 608. I'm Josh Breiter with what's happening around town next.
The guaranteed best mattress deals in Wisconsin are happening now at Ashley Stars and Stripe Sale. Save $1,000 on luxury brands, plus bonus offers only available in store. Get 5 years special financing and 5-day delivery on all in-stock mattresses. Don't miss it. Only at Ashley.
Your mission, stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Rinvoq.
Hey, this one's free. Car in front of you pay for it.
The best things in life are free.
This is the greatest day of my life!
Just wait till she hears about free installation from Feldco.
Free installation?
Free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest until 2024. That's something to get excited about.
Free installation ends Thursday. Call now.
Quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Feldco.
Wisconsin, Governor, we have one chance to get this right. Remember one name, Kevin Nicholson, Marine, 5 years, Iraq, Afghanistan. Came home, founded No Better Friend Corp. Taught Wisconsin conservatives how to organize and win. This is about the ones who work for a living, worry about safe streets and buying groceries. Warrior conservatives. This is about Kevin Nicholson. Conservatives, rise up. We have a leader.
The Stars and Stripes sale is happening now at Ashley. Don't miss our biggest savings this summer. Shop early for doorbuster discounts up to 52% off while supplies last. Plus a holiday bonus of 5% off at checkout. And 5 years special financing and a $1,000 purchase is just $21 a month. Only at Ashley.
On the next Live Before, our canine correspondents, Louie and Oliver, have the top animal stories of the week.
And we go backstage with Michael Bruno for The Wedding Singer, a musical at the Janesville Performing Arts Center.
He came in guns blazing, just took her out.
1 year after a tragic murder-suicide in Sun Prairie, the victim's loved ones want the world to know about one law they believe could have saved her. A law Wisconsin hasn't passed. News 3 Now investigates Sunday at 10. You are watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. Summerfest is back in this year with no vaccine requirement. Crowds on day one already mirroring a typical fest.
I try to come maybe once or twice, but I cannot pay my wife to come to Summerfest. I don't know why.
Poor guy. New this year, music on a boat to match the perfect summer weather. Rodney Atkins could be seen rocking out on a pontoon yesterday. Chris, you'd asked me for some songs.
Yeah,
of
what do you
his.
got?
Oh gosh, I Googled them and I don't recognize any of them. Shoot.
I'm sure if you heard him.
I promised I could sing the words to every single one of his songs because he's just, you know, he's a classic country singer and I don't recognize a lot of these. Moving on, during this first weekend of Summerfest, if you're thinking of going, we're here to help you out.
Yeah, there are a couple of opportunities to get in for free today and tomorrow. Today's Children's Fest Day, and everyone who gets there between noon and 3 this afternoon won't have to pay a thing to get in. Certain vendors are also offering up food and drink discounts. And then tomorrow, you have a chance to help out a good cause and get in for free. If you bring in some hygiene products like deodorant, worth $10 or more, there's no admission fee. It's all to benefit the United Way's community schools. That promotion runs from noon to 3 as well.
Fans hoping to see Justin Bieber tonight will be disappointed. He postponed the performance because of a medical condition. He's been on national airwaves talking about that as of recent. Other artists tonight include the Steve Miller Band, Dustin Lynch, another country guy, the Violent Femmes, and Skid Row. Tomorrow night's headliners, Lil Wayne, WISC-TV, and the Wu-Tang Clan. Okay, I found a couple that I recognize.
Okay, what do you got?
Farmer's Daughter and Caught Up in the Country.
I bet they're great.
You're not a country fan.
I bet they're wonderful songs for people who like those kinds of things.
I won't sing this morning. Chris says I have a church lady voice.
You do.
Doesn't quite fit with the country vibe.
Rich with vibrato.
What can I say? Children's choir.
My hidden gem, if you are going to Summerfest this weekend, is to go see Andrew McMahon and the Wilderness.
Really?
Yeah. Very talented pianist, songwriter. If you're into pop tunes, like a rock pop kind of thing, go check them out. He used to front Jack's Mannequin and a band back in the day called Something Corporate.
I've heard of Jack's
Mannequin. Heard of those.
So there you go.
So Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. That's my pick of the weekend.
This is our music aficionado over here.
They told us to chat about Summerfest, and that's what I have.
Okay, it's going to be pretty hot if you're going to Summerfest on Saturday. Julian Seawright with all the details. Hi, Julian.
That's right. So make sure that you are staying hydrated throughout the course of the weekends. We are going to be looking at hotter temperatures today, but still going to be relatively warm throughout tomorrow as well. So we're going to have plenty of sunshine, but as you can see, this morning it's already plenty of mild conditions. Into the 70s, especially already here from Madison. Many of us into those upper 60s. By the time we get into lunchtime, well, we're looking at those 80s. We're literally starting to flirt with the 90s as we get into the later part of the evening. And then for tomorrow morning, we are looking for a line of some showers and storms starting to sweep their way through southern Wisconsin, breaking up by the time we get into the noon hour, but we're still going to be watching for a cluster of some storms just north of Madison throughout our early morning hours and getting into our early afternoon as well. A couple of spot-up showers into the evening, but for the most part, it's going to be clearing out for us. So those who are heading to Summerfest, it is going to be relatively dry, even though the cloud cover is not going to be clearing until we get into the later part of our Saturday nights. But then going into Sunday, well, things are going to be pretty cool to kick things off for us as we're back into the 60s and temperatures will top out into the 70s. But a lot of that rainfall is going to be into the southwest, so we're looking for close to about an inch of rainfall between Platteville and going into Monroe. So tomorrow's going to be the day where you want to have your rain gear nearby. But as we get into Sunday, plenty of sunshine and temperatures around 76 degrees. I'll take that to close out our weekend. Over to you guys.
All right, Julian Seawright, thank you very much. It's the weekend in the 608, and we are featuring all of the neat events coming up right in your own backyard.
Gosh, there's so many things going on this weekend. I mean, it's just jam-packed now that we're full into summer. So Josh Breider's here to break down some of the most notable events going on this weekend. Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Yeah, we're only a week away from the 4th of July weekend.
Crazy.
Can you believe it? It's getting busier and busier. We have a lot to get to, so we're going to get right to it right now. First up, the Heroes Hike for Hope is happening tomorrow in Rock County. More than 20 active military and veterans are hiking from Beloit to Edgerton to raise awareness and funds for veteran homelessness. So Edgerton Community Outreach, which strives to serve veterans in Rock County, is partnering up with the city of Edgerton and VFW Post 2708 to renovate the oldest building in Edgerton into 6 units of veteran housing. That event itself is happening from 11 to 2 Saturday morning in Edgerton. The 8th annual Prairie Chase Run Walk is happening tomorrow at Pheasant Branch Conservancy in Middleton. Prairie Chase is a celebration of community and the relationship partnership with the Conservancy. Race proceeds support the restoration, education, and advocacy work of the Friends of Pheasant Branch Conservancy. That first race starts tomorrow morning at 7:45. The Open Doors for Refugees annual community picnic is back this year. It's happening this Sunday at Olin Park from noon to 4 o'clock. Madison families are welcome to enjoy the company of refugee families. It is a potluck-style gathering with free admission. If you'd like to learn more about these events or other community happenings, you can go to In the 608 on channel3000.com. There's an easy tab there with all the information you need. Plus, Madison Magazine, they always have us covered with the community calendar as well. So plenty of options for folks. I know it's going to be a busy one. You've got Levi's fundraiser tomorrow. I'm heading down to Chicago for Pride Fest this weekend. We've got a bachelor party for a couple of my best friends who I'm actually officiating their wedding here in about 6 weeks. Won't spoil any of the fun we have because I think one of them is probably watching right now, but really looking forward to that this morning. Stanford, what do you have going on?
I'm headed up to Stevens Point tonight to visit the in-laws. We haven't seen them in a few, it's been a while, so we're going to go pack up the kids and do a quick back and forth to Stevens Point, and then I got work on Sunday. So
yeah, he'll be filling in. Tune in.
There you go. We're all busy. Busy bees.
Yeah, it's summer. It's the season, right?
It is. Man, it's jam-packed. I know Josh's calendar for this summer doesn't have an hour to spare.
So,
I think,
social
anywhere.
man, as you might imagine.
8 weddings this year. We've got 4 of them down, 4 more to go. I've got 2 bachelor parties, a birthday party.
You're at that age where everybody's getting married. Yeah.
Well, and after the last couple of years with nothing happening, it's like and I always agree, and then I know you have to use the Google Calendar because you're so busy too.
Oh, I'm very, very up to date on my Google Calendar for that reason.
Yes, it gets tough. You want to try and do it all, and sometimes you have to say no.
Pick and choose,
but yes, it gets hard. But hey, we love to have some fun, right?
Josh Brighter, the officiant. We love to hear it.
Have a fun one this weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
6:50 now. Coming up in the morning sprint, some incredible video of a semi-fire that might have backed up your commute yesterday.
First, if you have a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe these guys will buy our house.
What could go wrong?
Like rookie home buyers who can lower or cancel offers without notice. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Ubrelvy helps you fight migraine attacks. You put it all on the line. You do it all. So you bring Ubrelvy. It can quickly stop migraine in its tracks within 2 hours without worrying if it's too late or where you are.
Unlike older medicines, Ubrelvy is a pill that directly blocks a protein believed to be a cause of migraine. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie can help you save. Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
I have 30 seconds to introduce you to my best-selling Calvin sofa and love seat and the Calvin 2-piece sectional. Both sets come in 3 colors and matching accent pillows for an everyday low price of $9.99. That's amazing choice and value. But this is a Bob's commercial and no one outvalues Bob's. So let's add a coffee table, 2 end tables, and 2 lamps. Add them all up to $13.48 or buy them together for my package price of $12.99. And with my new financing options, Bob's is more affordable than ever. That's a lot of value in 30 seconds.
Get Bob's Discount!
Only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
How do you use your energy? Giving back to your community? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Out here, we know a thing or two about beef. Hy-Vee knows beef too. Only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to bear the Hy-Vee brand. Only 6 out of 100. Quality like that is hard to find. So enjoy your Hy-Vee steak this weekend. You've earned it.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for all cash as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
Big weekend for politics in Wisconsin. Democrats, including the governor and the candidates in a very close U.S. Senate primary, will be in La Crosse for their party convention. Last month, the Republican convention failed to reach a consensus on an endorsement for the governor's race. More on what Democrats will focus on this weekend is up on channel3000.com.
A semi-fire caused massive backups yesterday morning, stretching for miles and lasting 6 hours. The right southbound lane of I-39-90-94 near Lodi was blocked. State Patrol says a semi-trailer crashed around 9:20 and caught fire. Now take a look at this. That's semi. Very badly damaged. No one was hurt, though. DOT says at one point traffic stretched back at least 4 miles as crews cleared the scene.
The Supreme Court will release more decisions this morning. There are 9 yet to be announced this term, the most notable a Mississippi law that bans abortions after 15 weeks. The court usually wraps up its session by late June or early July.
A gun safety bill has cleared a major hurdle toward becoming law, with the Senate passing it late last night, 65-33. The House now expected to vote on that bill today and send it to the president. The legislation expands background checks for people under 21, provides money for states to enact red flag laws, and gives millions to mental health and school safety resources.
Juul products are being pulled off shelves in the U.S. The FDA just made the call about the company's vape products yesterday. Federal health officials say the decision was based on Juul's application to market its products. Juul got a lot of attention after it was criticized for selling flavored vape products that are popular with teens.
New research reveals nearly 20 million lives were saved in the year following the vaccine rollout. The study, based on data from 185 countries and territories, was published in The Lancet Infectious Diseases. Researchers also estimated that nearly 600,000 additional lives could have been saved if the World Health Organization's target of vaccinating 40% of the population in each country by the end of 2021 had been achieved.
Daily Harvest is recalling one of its meals, French lentil with leek crumbles, after customers posted on social media about getting sick after eating it. Some people complained about bad stomach pain. Others say their livers and gallbladders were damaged. Daily Harvest is asking people to throw out the meal. The company is working with the FDA to investigate the issue.
And our weather takeaways, well, it's going to be a hot one for today, as we're going to be close to about 90 degrees for us. Then we're going to see some storms early into our Saturday morning, but then they start to fizzle out by the time we get into our Saturday nights. Then we're looking at the return of the cool. Temperatures will be back into those 70s as we get into our Sunday and even for our Monday as well. Then it is going to be a dry stretch for the next couple of days with a couple of chances of seeing a shower or even a thunderstorm here or there. But we're going to be gradually warming back up into that summer-like feel of those 80s as we get into the mid part of next week. That's one thing to watch for, but until then, it's definitely going to be awesome to really just relish into Sunday and Monday with those 70s, guys.
Hey, we're looking forward to that. Thank you very much, Julian.
See you Sunday morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Bright and early.
Have a good one, folks.